Hi, I am Miss Simpson from the Doncaster Music Service and I am one of the many brass teachers who teach throughout Doncaster. Today we're going to introduce you to the brass instruments and the brass family, and we're going to show you three of maybe the best instruments that are in this brass family. We're going to look at the trumpet, trombone and tuba, and we're going to show you what they look like, what they're called and what they sound like. So first of all we're going to start off with the trumpet and we're going to start with Mr. Tonkin.
Hello, I'm Mr. Tonkin, and I play perhaps what is one of the most well-known of the brass instruments. It's the trumpet. But perhaps what you don't know is how we get a sound out of a brass instrument. And the way to do it is we need to vibrate our lips. And then once we've done that, we put it into the mouthpiece. That gives us the buzz. Then we can put it into the instrument. And then we can get a sound. So you don't need to blow too hard. It's just getting that buzz that's all important. Once we've done that, you can see that we have three valves. And by using the valves, it makes the air go through all of the trumpet, or not so much of the trumpet, and we can get the different notes. And there we have a lot of the notes. So once I've now got my notes, I can play lots of different things. And the trumpet is great, especially in the orchestra, for playing different styles of music. And one of the things you might have heard the trumpets play is something called a fanfare, which announces somebody or something. Very common on the trumpets. But they can play other things as well. They can play lively melodies. Here's one. A lively melody, and that's from a ballet, which is music to accompany dancers, and the prima ballerina, that's a little tune that she can dance to. But trumpets just don't play fanfares or fast music. Sometimes the composers want them to play something slow and melodic, something perhaps you can almost sing to, like this. So a little slow melody there. Now, the trumpet, because it's the smallest instrument, plays the high notes. But sometimes composers want trumpets to play very high notes. And this can be difficult on a trumpet of this size. And so the trumpeter will play an instrument like this. This is called a piccolo trumpet. And if I just show you, compared with the other one, you can see, it's hard to tell, but it is half the size. And high notes on the trumpet are quite difficult, but this makes it a little bit easier. And this is the sort of piece that you might play on the piccolo trumpet. And there we have the trumpet.
Thank you, Mr. Tonkin, for that. That sounded amazing. So next of all, we're going to look at the trombone, and this is my instrument. So unlike Mr. Tonkin's, I don't have any keys or valves that we call them. Instead, I have a slide. So we can do fun things like this. And that's kind of the best bit of playing trombone. And we have a very large range of notes that we can play, from really low up to nice and high. And trombones are just like any other brass instrument, used in tons of different kind of music, whether it's pop music, classical, jazz, or in film music. So I'm just going to show you a very small snippet of a pop song. I hope you can recognise it. So last but not least, I'm going to show you the tuba and what it looks like and what it sounds like. And that is with Mr. Davies.
Hi, I'm Mr. Davies, and today we're going to be looking at the tuba. The tuba is the largest of the brass instruments, and I've been playing this tuba for 42 years. And for me, it's one of the nicest sounding instruments of all the brass family. We've got some low notes, like this. And we can play high notes like this. We play in lots of different ensembles. We play in orchestras. I've played in brass bands, wind bands, and you may have heard us doing things similar to this. The tuba is not as popular with young people as the trumpet or the trombone, and perhaps that's because of the size, or that there aren't as many of us in the orchestras or the brass bands. If we look at the trumpets, there may be 10 trumpets, but there's only one tuba perhaps in an orchestra. It is a very melodic instrument as well. Perhaps I'll just play something that you might know. Did you recognise that one? Yes, it was from Teddy Bear's Picnic. So, if you like what you hear today, hopefully we won't be a dinosaur anymore, the tuba, and hopefully young people like yourselves will be inspired and take this instrument up.